Hello, I'm Zach Yuson, and this is your 6 p.m. wrap. Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre says he will not present Senator Laila de Lima's alleged sex video at the next House hearing on the illegal drug trade inside the New Bilibid prison. Aguirre says, quote, "No, we are not going to present anything about the sex video. We are just going to present witnesses, but we are not in possession of any video." The Justice Chief earlier said the alleged video will supposedly prove de Lima's romantic link with her former bodyguard and driver, Ronnie Dayan. Dayan was allegedly de Lima's bagman for drug money collected within the NBP to fund her 2016 senatorial bid. But various groups and lawmakers slammed the House plan to show the alleged video at the House probe. Aguirre says the DOJ will be able to link de Lima and Dayan even without the alleged video. He says, quote, "That's very material. I'm just saying that there is so much evidence that would prove their relationship. Whether or not we use the video, I could establish their relationship." Senator Antonio Trillanes says there is no need to plot a coup against the Duterte administration. Trillanes is reacting to accusations of Cabinet Secretary Leoncio Evasco Jr. that Trillanes, some members of the Liberal Party, and some elite businessmen are out to topple Duterte. Trillanes says, quote, "It's not true. You know there is no need to hold a coup against this government because it's destroying itself." Trillanes adds in his words, "They're self-destructing." Trillanes adds, "What's unfortunate is they're dragging the whole country down." Still on Trillanes, the former rebel soldier turned senator questions why the 2 billion peso proposed budget for intelligence and confidential funds are under the office of the president. Trillanes says, quote, "In light of the increase by 2 billion pesos, I'm concerned with the absorptive capacity of the office of the president per se to handle such a huge amount, because comparatively, the other intelligence units within the government have very small intelligence funds." Executive Secretary Salvador Medialdea says the funds will be used mostly for intelligence gathering, to support Duterte's war on drugs and fight against security threats, especially during the Philippine hosting of the 2017 ASEAN Summit. Trillanes says he will recommend the funds be taken out of the Office of the President's budget and allocated to law enforcement agencies unless Medialdea is able to justify the allocation. The Labor Department says more than 10,000 workers were regularized by 195 employers during the first 100 days of the Duterte administration. Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello III says, quote, "This means that we are on track in our objective to reduce illegitimate contractualization practices and ENDO by 50% by the end of 2016 and abolishing it by 2017. ENDO is the colloquial term for end of contract, the practice of hiring workers for less than 6 months to avoid being covered by the labor code requirement to regularize employment after that period. Ending contractualization is one of President Rodrigo Duterte's campaign promises." U.S. and Philippine Marines highlight the benefit of cooperation amid President Rodrigo Duterte's threats that this week's war games could be the last. Philippine Marines Commandant Andres Costales Jr. says their relationship with the U.S. Marines has, quote, "withstood the test of time." Duterte threatened to terminate war games with the U.S. and end the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. The EDCA allows the increased presence of American troops and assets in Philippine military bases. Duterte says he plans to strengthen ties with China and Russia after the U.S. criticized alleged extrajudicial killings in his war on drugs. Google is set to launch its own smartphone line and a new virtual reality handset October 4. Reports say Google will nix the Nexus smartphones, which is built by other phone makers, for the Google Pixel smartphone. Google's own VR headset called Daydream will also be shown off at the company's launch event. Daydream is reportedly meant to be used alongside the new Pixel smartphone and could be sold at only $79 US. And that was your 6 p.m. wrap. Watch our updates daily at 12 noon and 6 p.m. I'm Zach Yuson. Remember, tomorrow begins today.